You listen. I happen to be the one-armed boxer. See that? I killed 7.
Master of the Flying Guillotine. It is a 1976 martial arts Hong Kong film directed, written, and starring Jimmy Wang Yu. This film is a sequel to the One-Armed Boxer, which I never saw, and you don't need to for this film. I got pretty much anything. Jimmy Wang Yu is a one-armed boxer who enters a martial arts tournament, Mortal Kombat style, where it's different martial artists from different walks of life enter this tournament to win a grand prize, and they have some like Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat type guy in the middle. You can kind of see how like these future video games kind of ripped off like this movie. Before we skip further ahead, the film started right where the first film ended, which I never saw. There is a blind Imperial assassin
one-armed man.
All his fellow assassins have been killed by the one-armed boxer, and his goal is to find the one-armed boxer and kill him using his flying guillotine.
Master Feng Shen, if you should get this message, it will mean that both Chao Long and I will be dead. Carved on the tile is the image of a one-armed man, and he is a Ming revolutionary. If you receive this message, then please avenge your 2 disciples.
Which the flying guillotine is basically just a hat with blades around it, where when he throws it, he'll throw it from far away, it'll land on your head, and he'll yank it and it'll chop your head off. And he also has a really cool soundtrack. Whenever you see the Master of the Flying Guillotine enter the screen, he has this really cool soundtrack that comes on. Which I did my research. I'm a big fan of the movie Kill Bill, and there's a certain scene in Kill Bill that uses this soundbite that is in Master of the Flying Guillotine. And I'm like, yo, Quentin, that is super cool. Just giving my rating out right now. It's got to be a 10 out of 10 for me. Awesome, super dope. Highly recommend it. Let's continue on with this review. So halfway into the movie, you already know that there's Jimmy Wang Yu playing a one-armed boxer. There's an Imperial assassin coming to kill him because in the previous movie, the one-armed boxer defeated 2 Imperial assassins, and now a third one's there getting revenge for his 2 brothers. The tournament's going on, this and that. The one-armed boxer's about to fight when all of a sudden,
Pound the drum!
Master of the Flying Guillotine comes, tries to kill him. He ends up getting away free. He ends up recruiting 2 fellow fighters at the tournament, a drunken Thai boxer and a yoga master who I am almost 1000% positive Street Fighter stole this character from Daalism, because in Master of the Flying Guillotine, the movie, the yoga master is an Indian yoga master who his ability is he can stretch his arms far away and hit you from like 10 feet away, which is exactly the same thing the Indian fighter and Street Fighter does. But I tried looking it up, I couldn't really find anything that's the conclusive evidence that Street Fighter took this inspiration. It most definitely did. The one-armed boxer ends up going to his students back at his hometown and saying that he can't defeat the Master of the Flying Guillotine. He's too powerful. So what they end up doing is they end up devising a way so he could defeat the Indian yoga master first. once the one-armed boxer defeats the Indian no-go master, then he could defeat the Thai boxer, who is just too strong too. They end up enclosing the Thai boxer in this house and they set it on fire while the Thai boxer's in there.
Light it!
He's a drunken Thai boxer, so he's barefoot, and his feet end up burning him, and he dies by burning alive in the house. And the one-armed boxer didn't get burned alive because he wore shoes. And he ends up getting out, and he defeats the master of the Flying Guillotine, because when the master of the Flying Guillotine finds him, he found out that since he's blind...
Just thinking how tough a piece of bamboo is. Even a sharp axe can't cut it. Those knife blades inside the Flying Guillotine, they're no thicker than an axe.
The one-armed boxer puts bamboo sticks around his fighting area, and the master of the Flying Guillotine keeps hitting these bamboo sticks because the bamboo is too strong, and ends up messing his guillotine up. The one-armed boxer and the master of the Flying Guillotine fist fight back and forth for about like 20 minutes. Finally... out through the roof. You're like, what the fuck? Again, the movie just abruptly ends. These Hong Kong Chinese movies with the abrupt endings, they always get me because I'm always like, what? Like, is that enough closure? I don't know, but it's super awesome. I cannot recommend this movie anymore. There are two things also too that I want to talk about that are very interesting that I would like you to help me out, or anybody in the comments. Throughout the movie, the master of the Flying Guillotine, he's wearing some like Nazi shirt with the swastika. I don't know any significance about this because I don't know if this is based in back in time, and I personally don't know the significance of the swastika. It didn't bother me. They never explained why. Maybe they explained it in the first movie, I don't know, but any significance of the swastika, I'm just curious, why does the assassin have that? And then also too, the whole movie, bro, Jimmy Wang Yu is playing a one-armed boxer. Literally, like, I feel like they gave him like a big shirt. I feel like they gave Jimmy Wang Yu a big shirt and just like tucked his arm in, because it kind of looked like there was like a bulge on one side. But literally, he acts throughout the whole movie with one fist. A one-armed boxer, so he's just punching everybody with one arm, dodging punches, you know, like literally a one-armed fighter. I don't think I've seen a movie like that since, and it's just awesome. Also too, something funny, Quentin Tarantino said something funny in his Pure Cinema podcast about Jimmy Wang Yu, the actor. Fun fact, Jimmy Wang Yu is not a martial artist, at least by Quentin Tarantino standards.
I can't remember which review I read it in, but you said Wang Yu is not a martial artist? He's just an actor?
No, it's his weird Achilles heel. He's an actor. He wasn't a martial artist. He was just an actor. He learned how to do it now, and that was held against him once Bruce Lee became popular. I mean, you know, Keanu Reeves in John Wick isn't a martial artist. He's an actor who learned how to do this. Uma Thurman learned how to do this. Sylvester Stallone isn't a boxer. He learned how to box for the films. It became almost like in rap, where at a certain point, if you didn't have a record, if you didn't have a criminal record, then you weren't legit. It became a thing against Wang Yu because, you know, all of a sudden all these guys like Fu Sheng and the Deadly Venoms came out, and you know they could do it. They were actual martial artists. I will say, as much as he did it, you would think he would have gotten a little better at it. And what I mean by that is his fights are fantastic, and he's fantastic in them, but he never learned how to do a straight leg kick. How do you make 60 martial art movies for 3 decades and not learn how to do a straight leg kick? All his kicks are bent leg kicks. James Coburn could do a straight leg kick in the Flint movies. So you never want him to kick in a film. You always want him to keep it above the belt.
The guy's an amazing actor, master of the Flying Guillotine. Cannot recommend this movie anymore. Go check it out. This is a 10 out of 10 for me. This is a classic. This is a banger, fun movie. Just action from the start. Let me know what you thought. I'll see you next time. Take care.